Made it. Wow, look at that. But it may be Queen Elizabeth. I can't tell from here. It is Constantine. By this sign conquer. Wow, so the young Constantine. I had heard that Caesar was in his 40s as a general, and they thought he was rather old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm far too old. Far too old.
Anything you have to say to the folks in the States?
Do come and visit us. We do this all through the year, but mainly in the summer. So come and check out the Ermine Street Guard across the UK.
Awesome. Look at that. Jeez.
A lot of drilling, a lot of time, a lot of discipline.
Wow.
It's incredibly...
Roman artillery. You're not firing these today then?
No, wind's too high, unfortunately.
Oh,
We don't
darn.
want to put any onions through anyone's windows. or take anyone else out in the process, you know.
Hello all. I am headed to York today. It's kind of a quick trip. I just bought my tickets. I have about 15 minutes to get to the train station. The bus leaves at 8:20. I think it's about 8 o'clock right now, so I'm really cutting things close. Got to my train with about 10 minutes to spare. So here's the train station. If you want to see it, this is Darlington train station. Made it. That's our train. And now I have to go up here and across there to get into York. Oh boy, so this was kind of a quick no entry, going down the wrong way. So I'm not reading, I am recording. So show you there, see. I don't know if you saw that, but this is, you can't just go up any stairs you want here. You have to go up the dedicated stairwell, I suppose. But I'm here. I'm in York. I took it easy the last day or so, so hopefully my knee is okay. But just to show you, York, you can see it there, is a walled city. And there's the wall, and hopefully I'll get a chance to walk up on there. This is the city that New York is named for. Before it was, it was New Amsterdam when the Dutch had it, and then it became New York. But wow, look at that. I'll show you again. It's a nice little river. There's a dungeon down there. This looks really cool. Let me walk over here. Oh my, look at that. You got some pleasure craft over there. Wow, this is living right here. I always imagined, I must say that I always imagined, I know that there are all of these canals, and the river here, I don't know if you can see it, the river here, it's wider than the canal, but the canals, they crisscross England from London all the way north, probably to Newcastle. But wow, that's pretty cool. I would love to live on a boat. But alas, I can only visit, only see the world. And I'm going to go walk up on that wall in a bit. It's not quite the Great Wall of China. For now, it's just the small wall of York. Here it is, folks. Headed up the wall. Pretty cool, huh? It's very narrow, so I'm sure this was might have been wider back in the day, because this is, I don't know how you can do any fighting from this wall, right? Maybe New York was in a peaceful part of the country. And you can see where it came up right there. And then all the way this way. And I'm gonna walk as far as I can up there. This looks more like a kind of the Lord of the Rings type wall, right? Where you're fighting along these narrow corridors and stepping up to battle here. Let's go up here just to see what's what. Again, I think this must be the That must be the outside, and this must be the inside, I'm thinking, because this is where you would defend it from. All of these little slits. And you shoot the arrows, right? They're all filled with spiders' webs now. Pretty cool. I just came off of the wall down to the river here. Boy, York is it's a very, very old city, even by English standards. The city itself dates back to Roman times. So it's not quite as old as Budva, which goes back to Greek times, which is the Greeks, then the Romans. So, but I'm right here by the, it looks like a quay, like one of those quays near the Seine River in Paris, but it's a little bit overgrown, I think. The folks need to kind of take care of it a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of some weeds and stuff growing out, but it's springtime, so I'm sure that this will be taken care of as soon as they get a little bit more growth. And here's the river here, and a bridge. See one of those double-decker buses going across. And this is just one of these lazy rivers that flows through England all over the place. They are exactly what you expect them to be. They just kind of flow from one place to the next. Easy to get on a boat and kind of just go with the current on a slow, lazy Sunday afternoon. This is a Sunday, by the way, and it's windy and blustery. And I will tell you this, I do not care that it's windy and blustery. I think it's cool. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me see. There's a cathedral here that I'm headed towards, the great Cathedral of York. It's on my list of, there's an abandoned abbey near it, but the cathedral is supposed to be massive, it's supposed to be huge. So I'm on my way over there. I want to see that, definitely. Well, for a person who's not very religious, I always visit the places of spirituality. Something I've noticed in all of these British cities is all of these roadways that are just closed to through traffic. It's all pedestrian traffic, so no vehicles, right? It's refreshing. It's just the folks walking up and down the streets and getting from point A to point B without having to worry about getting clobbered. I've almost died several times because I'm looking the wrong way as I cross the street. So I've gotten into the habit of looking both ways, no matter what. So, still alive, not dead yet. Pretty close now. There's these streets here, just so cool. I don't think you can see it, but I think that's it, or at least that might be part of it. You can probably hear the bells of the church, which kind of give you direction, right? All of these shops all over the place. I brought my own lunch, but I'm gonna have a pastry here, I think. Maybe, we'll see. I always promise things and I never do them, but when you say you're gonna have a pastry, do it when you're hungry. And then once you eat lunch, you're like, I really don't need a pastry, do I? Maybe I'll just buy it for takeaway and take it home with me. Oh, Jesus, chocolate candy here. I made it. Wow, look at that. Wow. That's circular stained glass windows. Yeah, it's creepy just to look at this. And not creepy, that's not the term I'm going to use. You have an optical illusion, like the building's collapsing towards you or something that's coming towards you. It's so big, it's so huge. Oh my God. Looks like they're doing some work on it, so you don't get the full grandeur of it. It's a Gothic cathedral. Just, it doesn't have the flying buttresses like Notre Dame does, but whew, something to see here. It's just as impressive as those monuments in London or Paris. I want to show you this the statue here. It looks like a Roman soldier, I think. It is Constantine. By this sign conquer. Wow, so the young Constantine. So Constantine was the first Christian emperor of Rome. And here's a little bit more about him. Constantine the Great AD, proclaimed Roman emperor in York, AD 306. Wow, this is, like I said, I hope you can hear me. This is a very old, very old city. And the Constantine, the sign that he was talking about, it was a cross with some lines next to it. It was, I believe that Constantine said that he saw that sign, and he saw next to it the words, by this sign conquer. I don't think it gives much history there, but that's what I remember from my history classes. By this sign conquer. You know, I remember reading that story. I remember reading that in my history class. I took Roman history some, I don't know, 25 years ago, closer to 30 years ago. I didn't know it happened here in York. Wow. All right, I'm gonna walk around and see if I can get to the other side here, see if I can see all of it. But this is something to see. I haven't seen anything like this since I was in Paris 10 years ago. Darlington doesn't have anything like this. This is quite something. Just the history of it. And I was in, to mention this, I was in Istanbul, and I just came from a statue of Constantine. Constantine, like I said, was emperor of a Roman emperor, the first Christian Roman emperor. When I was in Istanbul, that city was founded by, well, it wasn't founded, it was called Byzantium, but Constantine made it his capital. He moved the capital of the Roman Empire to Byzantium, and they changed the name to Constantinople. And then the Turks came and they changed it to Istanbul. So it's the history connects. And how many thousand miles away am I from Istanbul? And it all connects. It's got a link, right? It's like said, it's it's a crossroads there between worlds and everything. But this is just something else to behold. Look at that. You have these beautiful stained glass, and then above that, right there, you have the flying buttresses. Again, they don't come all the way down to the ground. They're buttressed here by these columns. Just stunning. That's a fresh statue. I don't know if you can see it, but it may be Queen Elizabeth. I can't tell from here, but that's what it is. It bears a strong resemblance to her. I have to hold on to my hat. There's a strong wind. But I don't know if you saw it or not. I hope you can hear me. But that looks like Queen Elizabeth. It may be a statue of her. I will look it up and find out for you, hopefully before I leave. So as I understand it, the statue is of Queen Elizabeth. It was commissioned 3 or 4 years ago for her jubilee, and it was not. I don't think it was completed until her death, and so they put it there after she passed. And wow, it's a living history, right? These cathedrals, they go back centuries, but they're not just there for tourist attractions. They're there because they're still part of this history. History that's continuing on. So I won't be able to go in there until I think it's 12:45. I think my train leaves at 3. So this is not. It's not very far away from the train station. These towns are relatively small. I think York is 200,000, compared to Albuquerque, which is like 450,000, something like that. So Albuquerque's bigger, but it's not too difficult to get from one place to another. So I'm gonna walk around, see what's what, show you what I'm walking up to now. I just don't know what it is, but you can see it. I'm sure it's old. It's got a portcullis. If you don't know what a portcullis is, I will show you and you will learn. So the portcullis is the, you see it? It's got these, this one looks like it. Let's see, this one looks like wood, but they're usually made of metal. And they come down and they prevent the enemy from coming in. It's kind of a gate that comes down. I think I pronounced it portcullis, but it's portcullis is what it is. And I don't know what this is. All I know is I smell delicious food. I just came from this gatehouse here. It's one of the old Roman gatehouses. And what I really came here for, until I got distracted by all of the grandeur, is an abandoned abbey. Yes, I have all of these abandoned abbeys on that map I told you about. So this was on it. I didn't realize how many other sites and attractions were there. So I'm headed to St. Mary's Abbey. It's in the middle of the city. It's just an abandoned abbey, so it's not going to be much compared to this living city, right? But it's there. I want to see it, and we're on our way. So I've arrived at the park where the ruins should be. I think there's a Roman festival going on. Not quite sure, but I can see the ruins of the abbey from here. So I don't know if you can see them over there. So right there is the Yorkshire Museum. Lots of people here. Foolishly, I brought a ham sandwich, but I'm just trying to save money. England is beautiful, but it is, I must say, expensive. So I'm trying to save as much money as I can. But let me show you this Roman festival that's going on here. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, I have to show you all this. Oh, look, you can see the arrowheads there. And beyond that, you see that there's a hot coals. And that's they use that to right there to push air into the heat, into the fire to make it hotter, so they can make their metalworks. Wow. All right. Wow. In the sand.
Yes.
Very precise.
Yeah, it took me many years to realise I'm allowed to use sand to draw in.
Is it? It is. It's just regular sand, and then you're just etching into it, right?
Just the fine clay pit sand. But the trick is to use it very sparingly. So it's a nice thin layer,
Right.
and the wood seems to grip it in the wind, so it doesn't bother.
So this is how the Romans did it?
This is certainly how the medievals were doing it.
Okay.
I've got no authentic reference for Romans, but it's such a good teaching aid. It's so cheap and it's so easy to use. It makes sense.
Do you mind if I
No, it's fine.
just over so I can? I don't think that. So have a YouTube vlog. I don't think the folks can see that. That is remarkable. It's beautiful. And I saw you working on it just now. You just did it, correct?
Yeah.
And here's another one. I hope the folks can see that. That is something. That is beautiful. I'll let the other folks see it. Thank you. I wish I could stop at each of these places and talk to these guys for a while, but again, I just sprinted over here this morning. So let me show you these Roman Legionaries here with the round. I don't know, they don't look too Roman. These must be the British over here. Those spears there, what they would do is they'd hit the enemy's shield, and then they would bend and they have barbs on them, and they'd they get stuck into the shield and then they would bend and you wouldn't be able to use the shield anymore. So pretty cool. Wow, all near the Abbey. I'm not going to be able to see the ruins of the Abbey. There's something going on over there, Roman fighting and everything. Oh man, I have to take a picture of this for my brother. You can see they're wearing pants. It's not this fellow on the side here is just wearing the regular Roman skirt, but some of these guys are wearing pants. I think there's a lady or two there. It's too cold in England to not wear pants. It's my opinion, especially on a day like this. Oh, look at these. This is a catapult. Oh wow, look at these. I made a little tiny one of these when I was younger, in my 20s or 30s. Oh, what are these called? Yeah, Roman catapult. You can see right there. I want to get out of the way of the folks here. These catapults fired on the tension of ropes. You can see the ropes right there. And you pull back, and the tension of the ropes would. You pull these back like kind of like a bow and arrow. You put the arrow kind of in there, in that little slot there. And you crank it back because you couldn't do it just with your hand by itself. And then this would fire a bolt across. You know, there's another one over there. I don't know if these guys are going to be fighting against each other or not. But I built a little miniature one of these. When I built my trireme way back in the day, I built one. It was just an experiment because I was going to put it on top of the trireme, but then I ended up going to law school and I couldn't do it anymore. Let me show you some more of this stuff here. These are like oil lamps. This is how they used to do their writing on wax tablets. I know that they found a lot of these here in England in rubbish heaps. Dolls, because the Romans brought their families with them. You can see these looks like a board game. You can't see it. And then Roman soldiers were also they were workers. They built roads and those kinds of things. So this must have been the tools that they used. Oh wow! Look, chainmail.
Unbelievably advanced,
Be a little quiet.
medical profession, but they were pagans, so you still had to please the gods. And this was for chasing away evil spirits during an operation. Yeah. Well, brilliant.
Wow. This is how they made bread. They grind the corn here in these currans. I guess that's what they're called. We'll come over here to the ruins of the Abbey, which I'm not disappointed that I won't be able to see them, because we get to see these Roman legions here doing their thing, conquering or dying, right? Expand or die.
The Romans are in a close. The line has been drawn. And look at this, the shield wall.
Forming a
The
phalanx.
Romans didn't arm their legs. This formation wasn't really necessary. The shield wall next to the side of the figure. And in the middle of that big shield is a razor-sharp sword ready to stab and hack.
When it was bad, kind of easier, but we've had some really big problems with that. She's a bit of a nervous breakdown, so she's been moving around.
Again, the lightning report. Imagine the effect that would have on you as raw soldiers. And look at the
There we keep doing this. The Romans were the badasses of their day. There was nothing that could stop that phalanx once it was coming at you. They formed a long wall of soldiers. As you can see, they just came right at you. And they had these short swords. Let me get away from the sound there. They had the short swords. Once they got up close to you, they kind of stab you under your shield, in the gut, under the ribs to kill you. They were killing machines. Don't mess with the Romans. I'm just saying. It's called the tortoise. I don't know if you can see that.
men approaching remorselessly. to any part of the defence and see how quickly it turns. Again, the value
It's called the tortoise because the Romans backed up into their shell. Look at that, jeez.
A lot of drilling, a lot of time, a lot of discipline,
Wow.
but it's incredibly effective. Allows engineers to approach the walls and break down your gates. And no retreat. Give that a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. You were saying about the chainmail.
Yeah, so this is called, so in the Latin it's called lorica armata.
Okay.
And yeah, so it nicely, evenly distributes the weight across the body.
Okay.
So even though it is heavy, you can march in it, you can fight in it, it's
Alright.
not too bad.
And you were mentioning the shield is kind of heavy
Yeah,
as well.
so the shield is quite heavy as well. It's only got, it's got the one handle,
Okay.
goes crossways. So you're carrying it kind of like you would, like a suitcase.
Okay.
So that can be quite heavy. You've got the guard to protect you there, the boss in the middle, just protects your hand, so my hand is under there.
Oh, awesome.
Obviously when we're on the march, gets a leather cover over it and then goes over the back on a strap. Otherwise, it would be a little bit too much.
Yes,
to
a
carry.
bit
If you're
much.
going to go, if we're marching into battle, not so bad. If you're marching 25 miles, you don't want to carry it in your hand.
Right. Now I understand that. You also have the short sword.
Yes, so
Right.
this is a gladius.
Gladius. Yes.
So
Under
this
the
is-
ribs, right?
Yeah, this is a stabbing weapon. So obviously from behind the shield, I can lock in and protect myself and still do some decent damage, especially against unarmored foes.
Yes.
So that's quite useful.
What's that? It's that that phalanx, that mean Roman phalanx, where you get up nice and close and look your enemy in the eye, right? And then,
Oh, certainly.
yes.
So we've got a variety of formations that allow us to close with the enemy. Chuck these before we go in.
and what is
a
this called?
peeler,
Okay.
Which is a javelin.
Yes.
So it can be used for stabbing, but it's mainly used for throwing.
Is that so? It sticks kind of into the shield and then kind of bends that sort
Yeah,
of
so
thing.
you carry two, fire the first lot, maybe that sticks into their shield, into the ground, that disrupts them.
Yeah.
The second lot will go through. And as you can see on the length of it, if you imagine, that goes through a man. There's a man close behind him.
Yes.
You go through both.
Two baddies with one javelin.
You can, if you're lucky.
Works. And you do this on your weekends.
Yeah, so we come from all over the UK. Some of us even come from abroad. So we've got one American, we've got one Australian.
I was going to ask that. Any Americans, right?
And yeah, we come from all over.
Ah, man.
Something to do, isn't it?
Well, it sure is. If I lived here, and I am going to be living here for another 3 weeks, I would be part of this group right here. Awesome. You guys were awesome out there. I saw you guys doing that.
Yeah, we do good displays. It's a shame you didn't get to see the artillery today,
Oh.
but they weren't too keen on it.
Yep. I saw the catapults. I actually built one when I was a kid. I built a trireme and everything like that. But anything you have to say to the folks in the States?
Do come and visit us. We do this all through the year, but mainly in the summer. So come and check out the Ermine Street Guard across the UK.
Awesome. And just proof. Let me get myself. Me and a genuine Roman soldier. What would the Romans call you, Roman soldiers?
A legionary.
A legionary.
The Latin is Legionaries.
Okay. There you go, Harry.
Well, that's a United States.
Thank you so much, Harry. I appreciate it.
No worries,
It's on
anytime.
YouTube. So. Wow, that was a treat.
Good.
What kind of feathers are those?
Pardon?
What kind of feathers?
Goose feathers.
Goose feathers.
The trouble is, we don't really know much about what their crests could have been made from. So we've got horsehair is used, we've got goose feathers, sometimes coloured grasses, I believe, are used
Oh, really?
as well. But what we see a lot of is these on tombstones. So, there's a tombstone that a lot of people copy their impression from, of a guy called Marcus Faculus, and he's a centurion, a young centurion in Colchester in Essex, or what's now Colchester in Essex, and his tombstone is on display at Colchester Museum. So it's a full-size tombstone with this drawing of him on there.
Wow.
In all his equipment. So all of the equipment I'm wearing here, that's all visible on his tombstone.
And the chain, that's
It's
real
called
chain,
Lorica Hamata. So it's male. Theirs would have been each other link, I think, was riveted.
Okay.
So it would be a garment to. You see them being worn by auxiliaries, so they're not full legionaries. But this one, the shorter one, is worn a lot by centurions, who are effectively officers, junior officers, and as they rise up in rank, they can get into political movement the Senate as well.
I had heard that Caesar was in his 40s as a general, and they thought he was rather old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm far too old. Far too old. I think I did some filming a couple of years ago, and someone said in the comments on YouTube, because it was like 2 years ago, and they said it was a thing about Roman Christmas, which of course wasn't called Christmas because they're pagans,
right.
But it was the Saturnalia.
Saturnalia, yes.
And someone wrote in the comment section, like he's 20, and I thought, yeah, all right, that was a bit wounding.
They're ice cold there. Huh?
Yeah.
Roman artillery. This is looks like it might have been a little bit bigger than this, but this again, it's using the tension of the rope that pull this thing back down here, kind of hook it somewhere, I guess catch it on that somewhere, some way, and then the tension of the rope would just would fling a ball which was put, or a stone or a rock or something would be put right in this right here. And this would absorb the blow as it came, so we could reuse it. You wouldn't be damaging this brace here. And they would fire it. They were going to fire it today, but as you can see in the trees, it's windy today. It's so windy, so they can't do it. Pretty cool. Old Roman artillery. Hey, how's it going? You're not firing these today, then?
No, wind's too high, unfortunately.
Oh,
we don't
darn.
want to put any onions through anyone's windows, or take anyone else out in the process, you know.
Some baddies, maybe, right?
Yeah. The locals.
The York.
The Roman, actually.
There you go.
The baddies are the Romans.
Yes. They have onions. You're firing onions?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Today, so I didn't get to see it, unfortunately.
Oh wow! Can you tell us briefly how they fire? I mean, it looks like the tension of the ropes.
So I think it's for this one. I believe it's ballista.
Yes.
So you would have pulled this to connect with this, which slides backwards and forwards, and then you would crank this. This wheel has a stopper on it.
Yes.
So that would crank and pull the tension on, and then this is the firing pin. So when it's time to fire, you'd knock that out,
Wow.
which would enable that to release, and then it would fire.
So I know it wouldn't be onions. Would it be bolts of some sort?
Probably bolts, or depending how long you've been sieging for, it could be anything. Could be turnips. Maybe more likely for the catapult, maybe for a turnip. But yeah, usually I think it would be bolts.
Bolts, yeah. All right, awesome. Do you know how the Romans? You may not know this. How would they say fire?
I don't know, I'm afraid.
That's some Latin word.
All the Romans are out on parade at the minute.
Yeah, I interviewed some of them. This is the coolest thing ever. I came out to see the old abbey and I got lucky. I'll leave you to the kids. Yes. Jeez, awesome. I gotta get away from here. I gotta go see other things. This is just too much fun. I'll stay here all day. Man, I might sneak back here tonight and fire with those ballista, right? Think about that when you think about like ballistic missiles. The word ballista comes from the old Roman for whatever that means, I imagine. But so cool, so cool. Just got off the train back in Darlington. Jesus, I never realized how, you get these first impressions of England, and Darlington is, it's kind of a sleepy little town. It's got some really nice places, some beautiful places to see and to visit. The parks are nice and all of that, but wow, York is happening. Jesus, that town is wonderful. I may just waste some money and go back. Just spend all day there and just kind of splurge, just eat and walk through the city and just hang out. I don't know if I'll do a video on that, but man, I thought I'm gonna because once I walk for a while, once I'm like I've been walking for like 4 hours, I get pretty tired, I'm just do like 7-8 miles and I'm just an old man, so I figured I was going to be like, sitting there at the train station, it's like kind of collapsing, but I actually went straight from the cathedral back to the train station and then hopped on the train, which there was only a standing room only on the train. Wow. So I think this is a holiday weekend, a bank holiday as they call it. So a lot of people wanting to go out and do things. So I might go on a sleepier day, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and do some shopping and hang out. Because there are a lot of cool places, lots of food. I saw what I thought was deep fried chicken breasts. Oh my God, looks so good. Instead I had my boring old ham and as they call it, vintage or mature cheese here, whatever it is. Some chips, some Doritos or whatever. It was delicious. I was so hungry, but man, I just kept thinking about that turkey. Wonderful trip today, guys. Wonderful. Awesome. I'm glad you came with me. Until next time.